again, from the escrow perspective, we see sometimes the client thinks that the go button is when the contract's been approved or received, by the seller. And often the client has a massive amount of underwriting that may need to occur. And you put yourself in such a difficult position when you have a 17-day loan contingency or otherwise. And everyone's stressed from the beginning. What were you going to say, Omer?
Just on that point, I think, that is something that we see that can make things a little bit more stressful is like on the front end, we need fees from escrow to be able to disclose. So this is where a great escrow company like Wendy's can help, an escrow office can help because facilitate that. So as soon as we get that contract acceptance, that's when our the close of escrow period begins. So really, it's really important for me to work with you and get your escrow contact, and I can call them for you and just ask to expedite their fees so we can get their fees and be able to disclose a loan right away, because you just don't want to lose days on the front end of a transaction.
Yeah, all about stress reduction. Good. Do you have anything else? You have?
Yeah, we have also, I can go on forever, but I have 4 pointers actually. So those were the 2. And then we have the buyer ready, that was a buyer ready. We have delayed financing, which is for those buyers who buy all cash. So, many times at the bank, we have people coming wiring, $1 million. I'm like, where the hell is this guy going, So they buying all cash. So if they come back within 90 days from when they close, we can actually give them purchase rate and a purchase guideline and do a purchase transaction after they close and treat it as a purchase. So within 90 days from the time they close, if they bought all cash, they can come back and we can basically redo it and give them their money back. Maybe they did the all cash because they had to, because of the market, and you have to compete, and that was a way for them to get it, but not necessarily they wanted it to put all their money into the property. Maybe they need their money, put it back into their assets and make money.
Because before this type of program, you would be looking at refinance rates.
Correct. That would be in a cash out
refi. A purchase rate. So I love, again, this sort of, we're going to work with you in your scenario. And I think, as realtors know, the competition for cash deals and on contingency is pretty high when we have such a competitive market with low inventory. Sellers don't want to, put up with too much.
Some of these products, like this one, we do it under our enhanced guideline. So the enhanced guideline requires $500,000 in assets. It doesn't have to be liquid, but a lot of people who are doing all cash transaction do have that kind of money sitting, in a 401k or an IRA or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the last product that we had is asset depletion. So for
that
clients
sounds
that
bad.
doesn't it? It's depleting your assets.
Even for those with depleted
It used to be called asset dissipation, so
Got it.
I don't know why they changed that exactly, because you're pretty much depleting your asset, right? So, and that's for people who are mainly either retired or semi-retired or have high worth net, basically. They don't work necessarily. They have trust accounts, and we see that, or they're retired and all their money is basically in their assets. So we actually have a formula that we use, and we deduct the down payment, closing costs, and all that, whatever asset is left over. Then we have a calculator that will give it a certain income, and we can use that income toward qualifying.
Oh, that's good.
And if they have Social Security and pension, we also add those into the mix. If there's a co-borrower who is just a regular W-2, we can also add that. So there is more to qualify on, rather than saying, oh, you don't make any income, so then you don't qualify.
Good.
So those are the 4 different, there's all kinds.
Well, it supports the fact that even with, if you will, consider big banks, B of A to be a very conservative kind of lender, right? They have their program, they have their underwriting guidelines, they have certain systems. There's still this sort of loosening and looking at common sense applications again, and I think that's fantastic.